Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report responds to a video of a high school teenager being smashed in the face by a man with ha 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 ha.
In this video, Tim Pool takes aim at Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report. Tim Pool responds to Emma Vigeland laughing at a girl that was injured playing volleyball against a biological man. With that, let's watch Tim Pool tee off on this nasty, heartless woman, Emma Vigeland.
What do you think a Democrat politician would say if a man bashed a woman in the face and left her with a traumatic brain injury that caused a concussion, partial paralysis, and ended her career? Well, obviously, in that context, they're going to say it's horrible. You know, we need protections for women. Unless, of course, it was a transgender individual who is male who spiked a volleyball so hard it smashed a young girl's face, young 19-year-old woman, and severely injured her. I don't know if she was 19 at the time. She was in high school, so she probably wasn't. But I want to give a shout out to the Majority Report. Sam, you sure know how to choose them. Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report responds to a video of a high school teenager being smashed in the face by a man with ha 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 ha. Okay. I mean, guys, I'm here for this. Like, share this. Let everybody know. Because here's my pitch to you. And we'll go through the story. There's a bill to ban men from committing against women. Here's what I want you to do. You got a liberal aunt, right? Everyone's always saying, I got a family member, they won't listen. I know, it's going to be impossible, but let's have fun anyway, right? You're going to share this video. But first, you're going to say to them, I got a question for you. Like, if a man bashed a woman in the face and it caused a traumatic brain injury, like, what do you think we should do? Should we, like, we should arrest that guy, obviously. I mean, obviously, right? And they'll say, yes, of course. And you'll be like, okay, like, I mean, you know, what if like it was like a sporting event, you know, and the women were playing? Well, I don't know if the women chose to play against the man and they got injured. Yeah, that's fair. Fair point. If a woman chose to play like a co-ed game of, you know, basketball or volleyball, ended up getting hurt, we're not going to blame the guy. That we don't send the guy to jail, right? Right. But we still feel bad for when we got injured. Like, I got to be honest. If a woman was playing volleyball against women and got injured, we'd feel bad, right? Right. Okay. How would you feel if liberals and Democrats were laughing at the injuries of a woman who was bashed in the face by a male? I mean, that'd be kind of messed up, right? Well, I don't know. Well, here's the video. Here you go. Here's Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report. I want to say, with great appreciation to Sam Cedar, I want to thank you for hiring Emma, never correcting her wrongdoings. When she advocates for pornographic...
I've said forever that Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar are insufferable, and I believe I've used the word objectionable as well. Tim just made a good point there. Like, you know, if this was just biological women playing and someone gets hurt, let me take that back. If someone gets hurt at a sporting event, everyone kind of pauses, holds their breath, and you hope the person is okay, even if they're on the other team. That's not why we watch sports, you know? So I don't know if Emma Vigeland, by responding like this tweet, I don't know if she is doing it to get the right wing riled up or for clicks or what. I just can't think of a scenario where it's funny someone getting hurt. I don't know. Maybe she's been on her show claiming this type of thing never happens or something, and she's trying to get ahead of it. I hope we get more context because I just don't understand what she hopes to achieve. Like I said, maybe just to get clicks and people like Tim Pool to cover it and people like me to cover it. But regardless of the intent behind her response here, which is vile, even if it is a joke, the other thing I always say about her and Sam Cedar is they put their politics above everything. They're both like the worst of the worst, left-leaning with their ideas of what's important, you know, and their far, far left policies. They believe that defending those come before anything, even clearly a young woman's health and safety. And with their stance on biological men and women's sports, I mean, they really don't care about any women's well-being or safety. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Material to be sent to children. You never correct her. You let her do her thing. I respect it because it means the populist movement is going to win the midterms. And, you know, that's what I'm really concerned about. Donald Trump is doing such tremendous good that I voted for that I'd like to see his legislative agenda continue. And it's a bit rough because you've only got, you know, what is it, 53 Senate seats? And you've got, we had 53 Senate seats? Is it? I think it's 53, right? 53. We got 218 in the House, and we have this is Senate. Come on. I think it's 53. I want to make sure I get it right. U.S. Senate Party Division. Wow, they have the first Congress listed at congress.gov. That's amazing. And they have the latest, which is 53. Okay, I was right, whatever. I'd like to see 60. Elon Musk says he thinks we can get there. I think so. And that's why I'm doing a segment where I'm highlighting Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report laughing at a traumatic brain injury that a young girl received because a man bashed her in the face. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you. I said it over and over again. If women choose to play against men, that's their choice. I ain't playing this game, guys, right? I get these Democrats and these conservatives, everybody's fighting, and conservatives say, it's not fair, it's not fair. And I'm like, dude, stop. You made that choice. Don't get me wrong. Some people are like, they have no choice because they want to be in athletics, and if they don't do this, they get in trouble. No, that's not true. Let me pull up this story. Women refuse to run against trans male. This is a story that just broke. I had it pulled up the other day, but we didn't get it. Man, where is it? I don't have the story pulled up, but it was a handful. Oh wait, what's this? No, I don't know. There it is. Daily Wire's got it. You know Daily Wire's on top of this stuff. Female competitors drop out of race against trans-identifying male at U.S. Open Championship. See, respect. I'm not happy this stuff's happening to these young women, but there is still, do you choose to do this? That being said, only for that reason, I would say we're not going to arrest the trans individual for spiking a volleyball. They're in a game. They're allowed to play. The rules say they can play. The women choose to join in and play. Choices were made here. That being said, I'm deeply concerned about Peyton. I hope she's okay. She's got a lot better. And it is sad. And I say,
if you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
For this reason, we changed the rules. We don't want males playing against females because females get hurt. So, Emma, thank you for showing us what you guys represent. Because I try really hard every day to convince people. Like, I was talking to a liberal friend of mine. It's your default libs, man. These are people who are not super political. They exist. Like, obviously, we have contractors, we have groundskeepers, we have delivery people, we have regular people who work here, who play video games. And we've got some people that come by and hang out, and they don't really pay attention to politics. And I'm trying to explain to them why, like, what's wrong. I mean, if people choose to play, because they'll get hurt. So if you want to do a co-ed game, I'm totally fine with it. So we got to have women's, co-ed, and men's. There's no problem there. And any trans player can play on the co-ed team. And if you want to do a women's team, it's a women's team. All right, that's just fine by me. In fact, why don't we do this? No men's team, none. You have the women's and the co-ed. You know why? Because the men will dominate the highest rankings of the co-ed. Women won't even compete. We don't need to worry about women invading the men's space because they're not going to reach that highest level. But I have a hard time explaining why I think Democrats are evil. And so Emma coming out and saying, ha, 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 ha. Here's the video. We'll play it for you. It's just a sporting event. Nothing too gruesome. Here's the individual in question. So this person right here, this is the biological male, reportedly. Spike. And there you can see Peyton, and she gets bashed so hard in the face that she was rushed out and brought to the emergency.
That's just awful to watch. She's not rushed to the hospital if that's another biological female spiking that ball, even though there are some left-wingers, crazy people like Emma Vigeland that would tell you differently. And I hear what Tim's saying about Sam Cedar being her co-host and never really correcting her. I think what Tim's missing is that those two idiots are aligned on everything. But it is good that no one corrects them because they're YouTube gold in the sense you can point out how insane far left wackos are. There are just always so many clips of them saying the dumbest stuff and ignoring reality in pursuit of their agenda and their narrative, which very coincidentally aligns with the liberal mainstream media 99% of the time. That's surprising, huh? And I hear what Tim's saying about women refusing to play against biological men as opposed to arresting the person that did it. But although in the short term, it would be really unfortunate for women if all women's teams started refusing to play when there's a biological man on the other team, I would hope that the sane minds prevail. But Donald Trump has signed that executive order banning men from women's sports across the board. So someone needs to be punished for this, or multiple people that could have put a stop to this on the school faculty or the leadership of the school. It's just pathetic. Anyway, let's wrap up the video.
Room where she suffered a concussion. Now, these things happen in sporting events. And I say each and every one of these females playing knew, presumably, I mean, they knew they were playing against a male. In fact, Peyton even said they brought in a freshman afterwards, and she was shaking. Let me see if the 2 years later, we have the story from the Daily Signal. After I got out, they'd put in a freshman setter, and she was shaking, like genuinely so scared. Stop. She said she was on the verge of tears, having to go in because, of course, they didn't take him out because he was the only reason they were winning any games. So for them, you see, their captain and senior on their team completely got knocked out, and they have to go in and finish the game. I feel so bad that they had to do that, but they refused to take him out. Ladies, simple. You just don't compete. There have been a number of female teams that have done the right thing, and I respect it. They have refused, and they've been given forfeitures. Do it. Do it. End this charade. Because if every single female athlete said, I refuse to play, I don't care if I win or lose, then this would be over.
Yeah, Tim's right. That is the only solution. But I do think whether it's state, federal, local government, we really need to be enforcing this no men and women's sports ban. And I think it's really unfair to the women that are put in a situation where they have to either play against a man or boycott, because for a lot of them, if they're in high school or college or something, there's only a finite number of games left they're going to be playing, and everyone's important. So it's really unfair to the individuals, but for women's health and safety in the long run, it's the right thing to do, I think. But we want to hear from you. What do you all think about what a vile person Emma Vigeland is? And do you agree with Tim Pool that when women know they're playing against a biological male, they just forfeit the game? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, as always, really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.